Hello, everybody. Sorry about the late start. I had a bunch of audio issues pop up, and then I had to fix OBS's audio issues because every time you correct audio issues, OBS forgets, and it resets to default everything, including my microphone, including desktop audio. So sorry. As far as I know, everything is in order. If you have any complaints, there's apparently a 13-year-old prosecutor who's willing to take the case. I'm just curious whether he's going to have like the same Von Karma mannerisms. I'm just wondering if they're going to be like one for one copies of the same expressions, or like what's going to happen. I have not either. Oh, you have to explain the reference. Yes, it's from Liar Liar, Jim Carrey. Probably one of his biggest, most famous lines from that entire movie. I haven't watched it either. I just remember the quote. Yes, I don't even remember the context of when it was uttered. I just remember the line. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get my 3DS capture plugged in. We'll probably go for about 2 hours, 30 minutes today. I hope it's good. I know it definitely has its moments. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen in forever that are quotable. I can perform a system update later from the system settings. I don't think that will go very well, but thank you for letting me know, 3DS. Let's go ahead and already load that game up. Sorry, I thought it was already booted up. It did not. It was asking about an update, and apparently I closed out, and I thought that was it. It needed more. Let me know if there's any problems with audio capture. I do think, it won't have any noise right now. It will in a moment. I think I might need to maybe lower desktop audio a smidge, because I think the last stream it was kind of close to my voice level. If I need to change it even further after I just lowered it, we'll find out. Probably a good while now. I don't remember when they stopped when the eShop went down for the Nintendo 3DS, but welcome Mackenzel as well. So it's trial time. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's a successor this time. Successor? One moment. Oh, there isn't anything. Oh, I bet you I know why. Oh, no, it says speakers Realtek R audio. It should be capturing it. Yeah, but there's nothing on the bar. You're right. Capture. What if I were to toggle the bar a bit? Yeah, no, I can actually see what you mean on OBS, Tay, because it has like one of those little neon bars that kind of fluctuate up and down depending on the music. I'm sorry, Suitcase. Uh, so I can actually see it's not doing any neon colors. So if I mute and unmute, nothing. Property says speakers. What if I chose default? I see it moving. Was that a good choice? Did I do good? It's back? Okay, good. Apparently, I do not want to use the same speaker as as whatever I use to play music. Got it. That is an odd setting, because default breaks literally everything else, but apparently not this. Okay, I'll have to remember that the next time Windows does a random update and wants to break everything for me. Good, good. I'm glad. I did lower the decibel level, apparently down to complete 0 by choosing another audio setting, but I guess that worked. Manfred von Karma. He was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, also he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearly, you showed up! Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said that they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yup, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't, oh my, if it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? I know. And speaking of typical Japanese children, we have a prosecutor that's 13 years old with 20 years experience. It's gonna be pretty impressive. At least I know Mr. Edgeworth will be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as if I had just seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorching, fierce battle until the very end. I didn't realize they were going into... I'm sure that was intentional. I didn't realize they were going into a cutscene, but I'm sure it was meant to object to the word friend. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone, and he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? Alright, first look at the prosecutor. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Ah, okay. I should have probably guessed considering the cover of the game, but surprisingly I didn't. What is with this girl? Mr. Wright, are you finally prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on, so this kid is the famed prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. Oh, you were telling, yes, I somehow I missed that. That whooshed over my head completely. I'm like, I wonder who this person is and how they're gonna play. I haven't seen them yet. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Oh, she has the whipping cord. Revenge? Is this about her father? Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow! I'm talking. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't realize that either. Honestly, that still kind of flew over my head. I'm sure we're gonna hear about that later. But it doesn't seem like a very Edgeworth thing to do. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. So my goodness, in addition to getting like points taken off during the trial by the judge, we're just gonna get whipped and lose HP that way. It's gonna be great. Attack from everybody. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Ow! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. It is adorable. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. It seems like something from Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of himself. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. I'll have to go back and look at it, because I'm sure we'll see it again. I'm gonna look out for it specifically. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? Yes, this is a better prosecutor character than I had in my head. Clearly, I just like Phoenix Wright, had a male 13-year-old successor in my head. And so, I was surprised by the reveal, despite having the game physically in front of me with the case. What were they doing in there? I think I've never seen, I guess that's badgering the witness. They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? The look of disbelief on the judge's face is... Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room. Sir, a few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Floor plans added to the court record. Yeah, so I already know what I'm going to argue. I already know. The position, I'm pretty sure the position was Maya on the left and the victim, Maya on the right and the victim on the left. But if you remember that little mat thing we saw on the back that looked like it was antique, it had a gunshot in it. So it wouldn't make sense for a gunshot to ever go in that direction if she was on the right side. It would if she was on the left, so I have to double check what ultimately ends up happening, but that's the first thing I think that's wrong. So how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. That's right, we have the Rikishi countdown to worry about. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Autopsy report added to the court record. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Okay, just basically what was said. Unfortunately, the floor plans of the crime scene don't have where people were placed. It was just that earlier testimony I would have had to remember. Cause of death, cross-examination. I wonder if she's even gonna shout objection or if it's just gonna be a whip crack. I would not be surprised if she says nothing and it's just a whip crack. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe, whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now, why would he have... Okay, she will say it. Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point is that the point you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Faze, were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Point-blank, huh? So about how far away was it? It was anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know it was shot at point-blank? Tisk, 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 Mr. Phoenix Wright. That's a good pose. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. This was also in Phoenix Wright 1, wasn't it? Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the Faze, sir. And of course, Maya Faze fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. Ha ha ha. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. The testimony makes Maya look like she had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yup, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter, then, which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Pistol added to the court record, and then knife added to the court record. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Okay, there's no time with the autopsy report. But she already says what it is. 2 shots fired. I'm sure that's going to be important. Is the point that there were 2 shots. Bears Maya's fingerprints. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time, and the 2 murder weapons both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse, as if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true. Mr. Wright? Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? This was also... The other thing was, not only is it a Rikishi reference, it's also a reference to the original Von Karma, because he also made a promise as to how quickly there would be a decision in his case as well, which I just now remembered after thinking about it enough. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Oh, I meant to... I meant to hit the start button. It doesn't matter. We'll do it live. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to a murder. But I mean, I basically wasn't going to confess to the murder. That wouldn't help Maya at all. There's no situation or scenario where that would actually turn out good for her. After the trial, Maya's life would be destroyed, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective. Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. I like how guilty that Gumshoe is about having to give this testimony. Like, he feels really bad about every single part of it. Like, he's not doing his usual smiling. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood. A back spray? Oh, that's a term. That's not like spray from the back. It's just a. I understand what they're saying now. He was now. Yeah. Okay. So there's already a contradiction. He was stabbed in the chest. That is not there would be expected to be blood higher up if he was stabbed in the chest. This piece directly links Maya fate to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Maya's costume added to the... Oh, it's Maya's. I thought they meant it was his, what he was wearing. It's what she was wearing? Okay. Never mind, let me think more. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood spatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Huh, what's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Let's see here. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. Let's save first. Then we'll continue. Oops, I meant to go back. Yeah, we can still go back. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kinda scary today, you know, pal? Come now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court. All right, just please stop glaring at me like that. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Oh, the defendant. Oh, wait. No, I don't remember. I gotta stop reacting before I finish reading. Maya's costume. Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. This blood on the costume. Lab results show that it is the victim's blood. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. Were there any other clues? Uh-oh. You could glean from this piece of evidence. Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Time to move on. Yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on our side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be a clue somewhere on this costume. Okay, well now the costume has the blood splatter up on the chest now. And the inventory was lower. I'm confused. now I'm lost. No, don't say too bad, so sad. You know what that reminds me of. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. It's a lot of blood. Arg, looks like my time is up. So about the costume. There's one little thing. Your Honor, actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you are talking about? It's that I'm not wearing it. Where can I get one? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Oh. This. Right here. Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, come on, come on. How do I... No. Stop. Oh, I have to hit present. That's why it's not working. Haha! I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There is a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion that you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order! This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Maya's costume updated in the court record. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Touch the check button for details. What's the update? I don't see what else updated. We can check it further. That's it. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person who without a doubt was not fighting back. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. We're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. I have to somehow find a critical contradiction, and then I'll have her. sorry, Pavel, there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Okay, so we went through mostly everything. We're going to quickly save again before we get whipped. Was not fighting back. That von Karma. Find a critical contradiction, huh? I'm sure it has to be on the line, wasn't fighting back. Present. Rather not present. The present. I mean... Oh, is that a handprint? Hold on a minute. No. It looked like there were like shapes of fingers on the side here, but when I actually check it, I don't see the fingerprints. So evidence that fought back. Evidence that he fought back. Is it the folding screen? Is it everything I pointed out earlier about her positioning, his positioning? Yeah. That's why I'm thinking I went to the folding screen. Because I even commented earlier, this is going to matter for the second bullet. I'm going to present it. No, wrong. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow you. It clearly contradicts the, I thought. Yeah, it's because I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Yeah, I mean, it's because a gunshot. I mean, do I present it again? I mean, we just talked about it. Oh, we do present. Okay, well, I was about to say, is it something other than what I just pointed out? That's why I'm like, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Heh, having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlook supposed to be? See, that's why I was confused. I'm like, the judge seemed to, like, throw that out, but I guess he was just throwing out the significance of the police overlooking it, not the significance of the bullet. See, I sometimes read too much into them saying no. I see now. Yeah, because I'm like, clearly I knew that was evidence that there was a fight back. It's just I thought, like, that wasn't enough. What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right. It would seem that way. If the victim tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. All right, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha. What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Well, I mean, because... Oh, no. Objection! Thank you, Tay. Appreciate it. But yes, she's still gonna be like, well, what's your ploy here, Mr. Wright? Now are you going to justifiable self-defense, or what are you doing? You're still gonna go. She's still gonna go away. Yes, Tay took out the whip and was like, "Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Mrs. Von Karma, or Miss? It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified... Yeah, exactly. I knew that she was going to go there. A justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Now that you... Why, that's right. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No. Well, yes, that's true. I love her stupid bow. I love it. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Ah! Why did you whip him? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired at an inn, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Ah! Yes, sir. Right away, sir. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. And now the mad is gonna be next. I jumped too far ahead. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. The scenario I've put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, just by listening, it does make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. There was quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Korean channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Korean channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him? But if you think about the blood loss, it was pretty bad. How bad would you say it was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Ah! Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Oh, you mean Iwadare? Which of the two composers? Because I agree with you. Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Yeah, Iwadare was on it, so yes, I can definitely hear it. Parts of it remind me of that, and then oddly,